Hi, everybody. So I'm so sorry, but for whatever reason, Twitch seems to not be working today. So just in case it isn't working by the time we have our live stream, I'm going to go ahead and record a little video for you today in substitution of what we would have had had it been working. So what I want to do is just kind of go over really quickly some of the reminders and announcements for this week. And you'll notice that my background is a little bit different today. I am in my office on campus. The internet here is awful, which is probably why I'm having so many issues with Twitch. So I will figure that out better before next week. So I'm sorry about that. But we are, as of right now, we are in week number 6, right? So we're in that weeks 5 and 6 stretch where all of those materials are open for you until this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So if we really quickly look at that image from the syllabus again, just to kind of get a reminder of that. Let me pull this up here for you. And so obviously the downside is you can't ask me any questions today because we're not meeting and interacting live, but you can still do the extra credit question. I just won't have you put your name in the Twitch stream today since we don't have one going on. But if you scroll down here, we are in weeks 5 and 6. So this week we are focusing on the topics of human development and personality, so chapters 11 and 12. And discussions 11 and 12, along with exam number 3. So remember that all the materials from weeks 5 and 6 are due by this Sunday night, the 20th at 11:59 p.m. So just make sure that you get everything in before that deadline. So let's go real quick and take a look at some of that. And again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me by email. Hopefully next week, everything will be smoother on campus. I think they're still trying to iron out some of the internet and connection things as we all return back to school. But let's take a look at what we have going on for this week. So we talked about week number 5 last week. So this week is week 6. So make sure that you read chapter 11 in the ebook, read chapter 12 in the ebook, like always. And then you'll also want to go through the lectures. So the chapter 11 lecture, all about human development. Oh, look, it's freaking out on us. My computer is twitching. What's going on? So here's the first page is the summary. There we go. It calmed down. The second page is all the beyond the book stuff. I put together this little video to the song 100 Years by Five for Fighting, which I think does a nice job of kind of covering some of those developmental stages that we go through as we age. Lots of information about the experience of pregnancy, childbirth, gender, aging, and a little bit about Alzheimer's here at the end. Make sure you click on any links that I put in here, watch any of the videos. All of it together is going to be helpful for you. In pop culture, lots and lots of movies related to aging. A lot of movies about pregnancy and being a teenager, aging and facing the end of life. Also kind of a fun clip making light of something that can be kind of a heavier topic of dealing with the 5 stages of coping with our death. Here are all the key terms that you need for chapter 11 for the exam this week. And then on the last page of application, I shared a bunch of cool websites that I found with you about what to expect during and after pregnancy, playing with children, and then improving mental fitness. So make sure that you, again, click on everything, explore all of those links. Also be sure to watch the lecture video and take notes, as those materials will definitely be on the exam. Then you'll want to read chapter 12. And here's the summary. I don't know why the summary page is freaking out, but here's the summary that you can listen to or read. I also made a cool video here on this page about the 8 major approaches. Now, I covered this in the lecture, but if you want kind of a shortened version of it, I think this is a little bit helpful. There's also a video here from YouTube about defense mechanisms that might be helpful for the exam and covering some of the more common ones with examples. And then a little bit about personality assessment, Erik Erikson and his stages of development. In pop culture, a few movies featuring personality, not nearly as many as the last chapter, but still a few. The key terms in review, here are the terms that you need to know from chapter 12 for the exam. And then on the application page, I gave you a bunch of links to personality tests. And you're going to be using these for the discussion, number 12, that goes with this. But a lot of them are fun. You can find out your Star Wars twin. Mine is Obi-Wan Kenobi, as a side note. Or you can take a couple of better ones as well down here, just for fun, but to also kind of apply the information that you're learning in this chapter. Then don't forget to watch the chapter 12 lecture video as always. So kind of business as usual, and then you have the two discussions, discussion 11 and 12. If we take a look at 11 together, discussion 11, you are listening to a couple of songs about being a teenager. So you're getting your country fix for the week. There's two different songs if you click on this link here, 15 by Taylor Swift and Letter to Me by Brad Paisley. I've also given you the transcript of those songs below if you'd like to have the words in front of you. But you're going to listen to both of those songs and then answer a couple of questions about them. You're also going to find some birthday cards. And if you don't feel comfortable going to a store, you can also look for these online. That's completely fine. Or you can go into a store, Target, Walmart, Hallmark, anywhere that sells, the grocery store, anywhere that sells greeting cards. And you're going to look at cards related to turning 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, like the specific milestones. And after you've done those two things, you'll answer a couple of questions, right? How do the songs demonstrate or incorporate some of the cognitive, social, or physical milestones of being a teenager? Giving me specific examples from the lyrics, incorporating the materials from chapter 11 in the book in order to receive full credit. What are some of the general messages, tone, and focus of the cards that you looked at? What are some of the attitudes and stereotypes that you observed related to getting older or aging? And if you personally had to be stuck at one age for the rest of your life, what age would you pick and why? And that one's just kind of more for fun, but I think it's kind of interesting to think about. And if you wanted to, feel free to take pictures or videos of any of the cards that you find and post them. Greeting cards are often quite comical. And so if you would like to post one of them, that's fantastic. I love it. And remember, like always, this is worth 15 points, 13 for your responses to my questions, and then 2 for your responses to a peer. So I'll watch my little video, read through some classmates, reply to my questions and to a classmate. The other discussion that you have for this week is discussion number 12. And this one, you are looking at personality. So you're taking some of those different personality quizzes that I shared with you a moment ago, along with a few things. So watch my introduction video as always. And if you had to describe what has made you the person you are today, what has shaped your personality, what are some of the key contributors for you? I'd like you to share a minimum of 2 factors that have heavily contributed to your personality and explain how they have shaped who you are today. So this could be things like biology, it could be an event, it could be a person, it could be a place, it could be any major things that have shaped your personality. And hopefully after covering some of the lecture and reading the book, you'll have an idea of maybe a few things that you could bring in. In the spirit of the trait perspective, describe yourself in 5 words, right? And so if somebody asked you to describe yourself in like 4 to 6 words, what words would you use? And I would probably use like passionate, hungry. I love that one, hungry. It could be for food or it could be like for life and for things. I'm very sentimental. I'm very organized. I'd like to say funny. I hope I'm funny. My kids might roll their eyes when I say that. But if you had to describe yourself in 5 words, what would they be? And then to add a layer of fun to this, I want you to ask 2 different people in your life who know you pretty well to describe you in 4 to 6 words, like 5 words on average. Ask people who know you in different roles. So maybe it's a parent or a family member, a sibling, a romantic partner, a coworker, and so on. What are the words that they used? And are they similar to yours or different? Provide their list and then you can react to it a little bit. You have to promise not to take it personally, at least outwardly to whoever you ask. But it's really interesting to see how their words might compare to yours. And then finally, I gave you some personality quiz websites. And I want you to take at least one of these. And you're going to share which one you took, what were the results, what are your reactions to it, kind of comment on it a little bit. And some of these, as I said, are a little more fun than academic. So these first 2 are a little bit more like pop culture and fun, but the last 2 are quite a bit better. And so Personality Pathways gives you a test, which is called the CSI, or the Myers-Briggs Typology Indicator, which is actually a pretty decent test of personality. And the Human Metrics one does as well. So if you want a little bit more of like an accurate test, I would take one of these bottom 2. And if you want one that's more for fun, you could take the ones on the top, or you could take one of each. It's totally up to you. but make sure that you answer all of my questions fully. Don't forget to reply to a classmate to get those 2 points. Again, we're 15 points in total. So those are all the things that are kind of typical, right? 2 chapters, 2 discussions. You also have, sorry to put me in the wrong spot here. You also have exam number 3 this week, and some of you have already taken it, but just to give you that reminder, remember that the exam, if we click on this, the exam is on the ebook site. So you go to the ebook to take it. You have 75 minutes to complete it. You get 1 attempt, all the same stuff as the first 2 tests that you've taken. But remember, as always, don't wait till Sunday night. Don't wait till the last minute to take it. Make sure you're organized and prepared and ready to go before you begin. Ideally, you're completing the study guide, right? So you want to make sure that you know all of the terms that are on here. Remember, if it's on the study guide, it will be on the test. And if it's not on here, you can let it go. So know all of these terms from chapter 9 on motivation, chapter 10 on emotions, 11 on developmental psychology, and 12 from this week on personality. So if it's on here, make sure you can answer a question about it. You're welcome to use your notes in your book. But remember, if you're trying to look each one up, you are going to be short on time. So if it were me, which I've shared with you in the past, I would likely write all of this out. I'd have it typed up in front of me and ready to go. That way, if I didn't remember something or I was struggling to think of it, I don't have to be searching for it during the exam and using up that valuable time. So I would definitely prepare with the study guide. It's going to be your friend. It's very helpful. A lot of you have been doing so well on the exams, and this one's the same style and format, number of questions and timing. So hopefully you're feeling pretty comfortable with those at this point, and you do quite well. There's also an extra credit question for the week that I'll give you in just a moment. But a couple of reminders, and I can't put this in the chat. I was about to type it, but I can't since we don't have that. We will have a Twitch live stream next week. I likely have to change the day and time for next week. Maybe you don't need to know this, but I'm going to be going to Las Vegas next week. I'm very excited. We booked this like 2 years ago, and it's been delayed and pushed back a million times. But since we have a holiday on Monday, I'm missing Tuesday as well. So I will post an announcement to let you know when I'm going to hold that live stream. I'll probably do it on Wednesday or Thursday of next week, just to give myself a little bit of time since I will be gone on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. I'll update it in the announcement and let you know, but it will be next week, either on Wednesday or Thursday. Slightly different time and day next week. So sorry for that interruption. The other thing I want to remind you, a lot of you have fallen off with your Twitch subscriptions. If you could just double check for me before next week's session that you are still subscribed. If you need to go back and resubscribe for free, please do that before I see you next week. And then otherwise, let me give you that extra credit question. And again, I'm sorry that we aren't on Twitch today to have a little bit more interaction, but I did want to at least make a video for you since my webcam and the internet are working, even though the computer here isn't letting me use Twitch. So I would promise to figure that out better for next week so that we don't have that interruption again. But hopefully all of you are feeling really comfortable and it's not too big of a deal. So let me bring this up for you. I saved it so I could share it with you for today. So your extra credit question for today, I'll highlight it here on this, is right here. Okay, so your extra credit question is, what are Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development? So I'll zoom in on that here. Sorry, again, that it's not in the chat, but what are Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development? And that is your Twitch extra credit for this week, which is week number 6. So when you're ready to answer that, you will go to Canvas and you'll click on Twitch extra credit number 6, since we are in week number 6. And once you click on that, up here at the top, you can click on Start Assignment, like usual. And it will bring up this little text box where you can type your response. And when you're ready, hit Submit Assignment. Okay, so confetti burst, right? 2 points. And this is, I have pandas as well. Very exciting. So this is due before Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. But if you answer it early, I will let you know if it's wrong and you can always try again. But just one more time, what are Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development? And then, as I mentioned a moment ago, I will post here on our announcement about our live stream for next week. And I will likely be on Wednesday or Thursday, the 23rd or 24th. So again, one more time, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get Twitch to work here on campus. I will figure that out. I hope you all enjoy the beautiful weather that we have today, a little chance of rain, which is super nice. And I will hope to see you all for our live stream next week as we move into the last fourth of our class. We only have 2 weeks left after this week, week 7 and 8, which we'll talk about quite a bit when I see you next week. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. We have Monday off, so you have a nice long weekend coming up ahead of you. And I will see you all sometime next week.